right, guys, welcome to Raw Detroit. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscription button as we continue to give you more prospects. Let's go ahead and get right to it. All right, guys, today we're going to talk about Sam Howell. But before we get into Sam Howell, we're going to talk about the question that I've been asked several times. And I've been asked, should the Detroit Lions draft another quarterback? And my personal answer is yes. And I'm going to tell you why. Here's why. The reason why I think that the Detroit Lions need to draft another quarterback is because of the play of Jared Goff this season. Jared Goff has been inconsistent. Jared Goff has been up and down. He's not throwing the ball down the field. He's only checking off and he's only being a one-read guy instead of being able to just be calm in the pocket and deliver the football down the field sometimes. You don't have to make the big throw every time, but you need to be able to be more consistent of pushing the ball down the field and being able to score in the red zone. You know, that's a problem that the Lions have had for a very, very long time. So to me personally, I definitely think that it's time to draft a quarterback. Now, will the Detroit Lions draft a quarterback? Probably not, even though that may be something that I want. They may not do it. You know, I know a lot of fans want Kayvon Thibodeau as the first overall pick, and I understand why. Kayvon is definitely a very, very talented defensive end. He's an elite pass rusher, and why not? We need that. But at the same time, too, as well, the Detroit Lions need to draft a quarterback. You got 10 picks in this draft. You have 10 picks coming up in the upcoming draft in 2022. You can use one of those picks on a quarterback. Why not? Now, I know a lot of you saying, and I've heard the stories before, we don't need a quarterback. This draft doesn't have quarterbacks. Well, I got to disagree with that. There are quarterbacks in this draft. You just got to do the homework. A lot of people don't do the homework or they don't do the research. You got to put the research in. There is quarterbacks coming into this draft class. Don't ever let somebody tell you that it's not. Every year, there's more quarterbacks coming out. You don't really know how the quarterbacks are going to be until they take the field. You look at last year's group of quarterbacks that, you know, all these quarterbacks went in this past draft in 2021. The Trey Lances, the Justin Fields, none of these guys, Trevor Lawrence, none of these guys are playing well. Mac Jones, they're playing okay, but none of these guys are playing superior. I know everybody thought that Trevor Lawrence would come in the league and tear it up, but that has not been the case. Look what team he's drafted to, the Jacksonville Jaguars. So don't tell me that the Detroit Lions can't use a quarterback. They need a quarterback. This is one of the most important positions on the team, having a solid quarterback. Nothing wrong with a little healthy competition. Competition is good. Anytime they come in for training camp, anytime they come in for the OTAs, anytime they're coming in to compete, they're competing for the #1 starting quarterback job. That's what they're doing. And I definitely think Sam Howell needs to be a point of interest for the Detroit Lions. A very talented quarterback, can make all the throws, stand in the pocket, deliver the football, be able to extend plays with his legs, able to throw on the run. Anything that you think about that a quarterback can do, Sam Howell can do it. The Lions need to draft a quarterback. Now, I know some people say they don't need to draft it this year. They can wait till 2023, 2024. But, man, do you want another season like you having right now with Jared Goff? You want somebody to be able to offer competition to Jared Goff. If Jared Goff is not playing well, we can go to this other guy. It's all about competition. That's what the NFL is about. If you're not doing your job, somebody else is going to come in and take your job and do your job. It's just like you being at work. If you're not performing well, they're going to get somebody else in there that's going to perform and do the tasks that you're supposed to be doing. Whatever task they told you to do or whatever production they want you to do at the job and you're not putting the work in, guess what? They're going to get somebody else to replace you. So the same thing with the NFL. If you're not doing your job as a quarterback, somebody else is going to come in and replace you. Sam Howell is very talented. So I definitely owe an apology to Sam Howell because once I looked at his tape again, I really saw that he was a great quarterback. and he's a talented quarterback. You know, even in his state of North Carolina, where he come from, the dude owns the record for high school. He's thrown over 17,000 yards in high school. Started as a freshman quarterback. Has always been a starter. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to come in and take the job from Jared Goff. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is the Detroit Lions need to put this guy on the big board and say, look, these are the quarterbacks. If we happen to take a quarterback, this is one of the quarterbacks that we're looking at. We're looking at Sam Howell. We're looking at Kenny Pickett. We're looking at Carson Strong, whoever. We're looking at these different quarterbacks to see if there's more talent out there. Because going into next season with Jared Goff, David Blau, and Tim Boyle, that's not going to work. You got to stir the pot a little bit. So if you're the Detroit Lions, it's time to stir that pot. It's time to get some talent in here because Detroit needs it. Detroit needs a talented quarterback. They need a guy that can do something different than what they've had in the past. I know a lot of people say that Sam Howell reminds them of Baker Mayfield. Kind of reminds me of Baker Mayfield, but to me, he's a little bit better with the deep ball than Baker Mayfield, and he's better with his legs than Baker Mayfield. Now, his first 2 seasons in college, he chose not to run for whatever reason, but right now he's the second quarterback behind Malik Willis with over 722 yards rushing. So the first 2 seasons, he chose to stand in the pocket and deliver the football and threw 38 and 30 touchdowns respectively in his first and second year in college football. He has what it takes. I really like Sam Howell, and I definitely think that he would make a great quarterback for the Detroit Lions to pick up. Now, whether or not Sam Howell goes in the first round, second round, third round, I do not know. But I do know that the talent is there. I do know that the Detroit Lions need to be thinking about a quarterback because it's time to have a little quarterback controversy in Detroit. We need that right now. We need talented players. And I definitely think that Sam Howell offers talent to the Detroit Lions, what they don't have. And he's a quarterback that they don't have. A quarterback that is able to do a lot of things with his legs and as well as with his arm. All right, you guys, this is Raw Detroit. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and don't miss an upload. Peace.